bagels? Do you eat the top or bottom first?
I generally, if like assuming there's like a schmear,
Yeah.
I like rip the whole thing in half.
So
And
it's
then
already
I let-
split.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like I'll do the sex guy move where I like eat out the cream cheese that's like coming out the bottom, and then I'll eat the rest of it. How do you eat a bagel?
Wait, top and bottom at the same time?
Mhm.
Like a sandwich.
Yeah,
Yep.
eat like a sandwich. Yeah, that's how I do it.
Sometimes I'll peel it apart, but like
Okay.
usually if I'm eating a bagel, I'm probably in a bad state of like hangoverness that I don't care.
Chris said the same thing. I do like top or bottom first.
I don't think there's.
I
any,
feel like if I eat it at home, I'll do top then bottom.
Okay.
But if I'm doing it like if I have it in the car or like out in public, I'd make it like a sandwich and just like go at it.
I feel like
but I
that's
usually
too-
cut it in half.
Yeah, that's too much for me.
you peel it in half, like top bottom.
Yeah.
I just the way it's split and then I like that.
I'm not big on food rules with that kind of stuff. As long as you don't scoop your bagel out.
No, I
Welcome to Cleveland, America. That is all. Enjoy the show.
what's the point?
I think that was like a made up thing on the internet to get people angry.
Yeah.
I don't believe that's an actual thing.
No, I don't think
As
so
a
either.
Jew, it's more offensive than a swastika. The thought of scooping a bagel out.
What if you scoop it out into the shape of a swastika? Now you're really getting crazy.
I'd eat it. I mean, it wasn't
I would
scooped.
No, I'm saying is you scooped it out, but you just scoop out the swastika. shape.
Oh, super hateful. Incredibly hateful.
All right, are you recording? Okay. Oh, you've been recording? Okay, good. Actually, I wanted all this bagel talk.
Yeah, I was hoping so. Good.
Also,
Good launch point.
I mean, I'm not much of an artist, but swastika was always an easy thing to draw. And then you'd be like, oh, fuck, I wasn't trying to draw a swastika, but it just...
I like when I was really little, before I knew what that was.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Yeah, because like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, when I was like really little,
yeah.
like 24, I was like, just doodling.
Then you had to learn the teachable moment
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Then I saw this movie called American History X. Like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that.
You know, when we watched that movie... Oh, by the way, welcome to Cleveland, America.
It's not a serious place.
Morning.
We were watching that movie at my house when I was like a teenager, and my dad walked in at like the shower rape scene, and he was like, "I don't want to watch guys get raped in the shower. This doesn't look like a good movie." I'm like, "Well, there's context to it, dude. It's not like we're all just watching this movie for this scene."
Bill's just watching prison snuff.
Yeah.
Porn.
Because my dad's just that kind of boomer where like whatever we would do, he'd just be like the buzzkill anti version of that and be like, "Oh, you're doing this? I don't like that." Like I remember
The owner.
the last
of
time
Timothy
he
Ma-
did that was we were watching basketball and he kept calling it Jungle Ball. And I was like, "Why are you calling it that?" And he's like, "They just put..." I'm like, "But do you understand how racist that sounds?" He's like, "No, I'm not saying racist. I'm just saying they're like playing like what, Dad? They're playing like what?" And he's like,
Larry Bird wasn't on the court when he was calling it.
Right.
That, my guess.
and then he really checked himself after that. I'm like,
John Stockton was nowhere to be found on the court.
I'm like, "Do you want dudes to just like do standing set shots and like the game has evolved?" And he's like, "Oh, I guess so." And I'm like, "Also, you don't even watch basketball, so why do you even weigh in on this?"
Ohio, Northeast Ohio will, for as good as the Cavs are, will never be a basketball first. Area.
No.
Just
Well, my dad's not a sports guy at all either, so like he doesn't give a fuck. Like,
Are they against sports or?
No, my
they
dad
not?
just is.
Yeah.
My dad just hates sports. Uh-oh.
it's a weird thing to hate. I got beat up by jocks in high school, and I don't hate sports.
Yeah. I mean, my dad wrestled. Like he
That's-
yeah.
That's not a sport. That's just something you do when you hate yourself.
Yeah, you're
Do you ever talk?
Dad, you're gay.
Do you ever watch like wrestling? Like, does it ever pop up on your TikTok algorithm? Like, someone just got yelled at every day of their life
Oh,
before they
dude.
got into this sport.
So like like that was like our family sport. Like I have 3 cousins that were all state champions. And
That's impressive.
yeah. And like got full ride scholarships. Like they were legit. And I was just like, no, I want, and I was small. Like I would have been a good wrestler for my weight class if I like learned the techniques and stuff. But I didn't like it. I was like, I want to play basketball or football or.
I'm just
anything.
not a competitive person, and you have to be the most competitive person on the face of the planet to excel at wrestling.
Yeah,
You have to have almost like a sickness about
dude,
you.
isn't it awesome not being a competitive person?
I love it.
Gotta be honest, man. I've made it pretty far not worrying about what other people are doing.
Well, like whenever you're around somebody that's like super competitive, it's just the worst.
Well, people that can't turn it off, like
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
every single thing is a competition. Yeah, keep those people away from me.
Yeah.
That was nice.
That's gonna smell like bagel. I'm sorry, guys.
It's better than most smells.
Send it this way.
I walked by Tom.
Let me smell your bagel, bro.
I should fucking jar that.
Yeah,
Sell it.
there you go.
My horniness is too terminal. I was walking by Tommy's car to open up the bar this morning, and she's just lint rolling her boobs. She's like, it's like they're just bouncing, and I was like, I gotta fucking
I'm not used to cat
grow up.
You're a cat, so
Thank you, Ari. Thank you, Esther.
okay. If you don't follow Ari and Aster on Instagram, you need to do that.
You
'cause
should.
Tommy's cats are very cute,
They're
and I love that Aster's such a fucking bitch.
She's a menace.
Ari's just like a little lover boy.
Yeah.
It's-
Although he is getting a little bit spicier as
Oh,
he's
is he?
gotten older. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's been times that he's like attacking her while playing,
Yeah.
and she like hisses and has to kick him out. I love kittens. They're so much fun.
I wish I wasn't allergic to them. It would really open up who I could date in this world.
yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah. That's
I mean, even though my
Yeah,
last
because
like,
there's a
four
real
girlfriends are
shortage
all
for
cat.
pants, right?
you can get allergy shots. You can get allergy
Those
shots.
take like a while
I
to
know.
settle in. Like you have to really be on board with somebody for a long time to
Weekly,
get into it.
yeah.
Which I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Speaking of shots, let's delve into this a little bit. I have been on semaglutides for almost 2 months now. I'm down 20 pounds.
Ooh.
And I want to share a little story that I think is very funny.
Uh-oh.
My daughter she's got a cleaning business, and she cleans my house as payback for all the money that I have spent on her. So
Hell yeah.
she was cleaning my house like the first week that I was on it, and it's a shot, so there's needles, and I put them in a like jug and like put them under my sink, and she went to get cleaners from under my sink, and she calls me and she's like, "Are you on drugs?"
I'm not heroin.
And I was like, "No." She's like, "Oh, so you're just gonna get skinny?" That like she immediately knew
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And she's like, "Well, I'm glad you're not on drugs. How much is it? Can I get on it?" And I was like,
Thanks,
And I was-
Affinity Whole Health.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, just go to Affinity Whole Health. It's on my link in bio.
Hell yeah.
No, my mom has been on it for 6 months. She lost like 40 pounds.
Yeah, my mom's been on it for a year, and she lost like 50 pounds. And
Yeah.
it's awesome. And I like their side effects are minimal, like, and it changes the way I eat, just because I like feel the need to get nutrients more than just like the dopamine hits of eating something like satisfying.
I want that just to like, not to like lose weight, but to just get out of the fucking snacking.
Yeah.
Like depression snacking or
Yeah.
anxious snacking.
That and like
you know what I mean? Bored snacking. I want to get rid of that.
People talk about it like it could be something that is like a cure for alcoholism and stuff, because you're just all those things are so different, and that's been the biggest difference. Is I mean, I started this days before I got let go from iHeartRadio, and instead of being like, oh, I'm gonna eat my feelings, I was like, I guess I'll get hobbies again.
Yeah.
Like and I do. I got a guitar.
Kinda
Fucking
freaky.
electric guitar.
Timu
yeah.
guitar.
Timu guitar.
Wait,
What,
Timu,
so-
really?
Yeah, I got that guitar on Timu that I sent to you guys.
Hell yeah.
Dude, it looks so good though.
That doesn't look like a Timu
No.
Timu piece of equipment.
Yeah, I play it like a Timu piece of equipment. I'm working on it. I'll figure it out.
You got time to figure
I
it
got
out.
lots of time to figure
Let me ask you this. So does it, like, because Ozempic and glutides operate by the, like, shut off your rewards receptor?
Yeah.
Does that apply to other things or just when you're
No,
eating?
because so I'm also on TRT, and like Sex Drive is killing it. Not big, but like hard boners.
Yeah.
same size.
Let's talk about what matters. Let's talk about what matters here.
And so, like, the reward centers are just more. They're not as fleeting. So, like, you know, the dopamine hits you get from stuff like eating something, you know, like Doritos or something like that. That doesn't feel as good. But like the rest of my life's been very good. Like
that was the only concern.
I was worried about going into like a deep depression after I got like, and like I've actually been really, really good to the point where I'm like, oh, this is almost like a mood stabilizer as well.
I was gonna say, I wonder if it's going to stabilize,
Yeah.
not necessarily like
Yeah.
affecting everything.
Yeah.
I was years ago almost going to go on SSRIs, and then I was talking to my doctor. I go, well, what does it do in terms of what are the side effects? And he goes, well, depending on how you look at this, it will take you a lot longer to time the sexually climax. And then I go, so I'm not going to get boners. And he goes, well,
You get them,
but
you just don't finish them.
right. And then he goes, and I go, and I also just, so like, I'm just going to be emotionally flat on them. And I was like, I'm just going to gut it out. I'm not even having sex right now, but I don't want that.
Yeah. But like, and that's not the case for me. Like, especially with the TRT, like that's been, I mean, I feel very good, very strong, very virile.
You looked great on stage last night.
Yeah, man, I felt great.
It's very noticeable.
Yeah, I'm in a good spot overall. And thank you to everybody that came out to Christmakwanzakah last night. It was a fucking blast.
It was.
It was so much fun, and just the support made me feel real good. But also, just like there's like little things throughout the night that just made me so happy. So, our friend Travis from the Boogered Up podcast, which I just did an episode of their podcast, check it out. If you haven't checked out
Best Boys for
the
real.
Boogered Up podcast, you got to. They're so much fun. Jimmy, we got to get you on that podcast. You'd crush on that podcast.
How do I get on it?
I'll set it up.
Do I ask people to get on podcasts? I don't do a lot of podcasts.
You don't have to hold it on that podcast.
Is this good?
That's fine.
I don't even do my own podcast.
I know.
This is the only podcast I do.
I'll get you on Boogered Up because you'll kill it on there because you're very funny.
Is anyone else like hot in here?
It is very hot.
Okay.
Here. Yeah, I'm like sweaty.
It's not just me. Okay.
Yeah. So I did their podcast last week or 2 weeks ago. It's up now. It's like the third or fourth time I've been on there. But they came to the show, and why don't you two-shot us while we're thank you. Well, Pants is elsewhere. And Travis is a big Bengals fan, and they were playing, and the game was about to end as the show was starting. So he's watching the game on his phone, freaking out in the balcony, and like they're in overtime, and he's losing his mind, and then he notices that everybody down on the floor is basically watching him lose his mind. And like you guys are across the way, like watching him lose his mind.
Brandon was also watching the game.
Okay, yeah.
No, that was
he's got Cincinnati ties, right?
Yeah, Shelby's girlfriend is from Cincinnati. She's like an insane.
That might have been the game of the year too.
That's his.
Oh, it was
second team.
Yeah, that was crazy. But and then they won, and so then he's like, oh. And they won just before the show started, so like it all timed out real nice, and like it was
hype before the show even started.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting the guns out.
I'm not even trying to be that guy. I'm just fucking sweating.
Hot.
And I feel gross. Sorry.
Yeah. It was warm.
60 degrees out at the end of December. So
nobody was expecting this.
Fucking look. I'm not complaining about it being outside, but I'm also. I just had my heat on in my house because I'm like, it's December, and I'm like,
oh, I gotta turn my heat.
Yeah, dude. I was like bathing in sweat. I go, we don't have to have this on right now.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Like so the show was great. Let's just run through everybody's sets.
Yes.
Elijah Neville's hosted. Elijah is a superstar.
Yeah, he's Mr. Automatic.
And that's why I had him host, because I know like he's gonna come out of the gates just crushing, and he's gonna, his energy's great, his performance is great. He's a good joke writer. He works hard at it. He's a fucking baby still.
Yeah, what is he? He's 19, right?
Age 20.
20. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's so far ahead of it. He's so far ahead of it.
He's like 2 years into comedy, and he's just.
No, he was made for it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The night before we did Hilarities Comics Come Home, and he was I mean, hosting's a different thing because you have to bring the crowd up. But when he did the Comics Come Home at Hilarities, the crowd's already like in a good spot,
Yeah.
and he went on right in the middle, like the sweet spot of that show, and he destroyed.
Hell
Like
yeah.
I can't give this kid enough credit for how fucking hard people were laughing at that show and just completely stole the show.
Mhm.
And then everybody else after that was like, oh, like we rode the wave, but it was like he was the one that
Yeah.
like, just made it super special. Uh, and then DJ Brown Johnson, who won the contest that we did at Brothers Lounge, he fucking smashed as well.
So good.
He's
How
so
long
good.
is-
He's so sweet.
How
I
long has DJ
know.
been doing it?
He's been doing it about 2 or 3 years too.
Yeah, because I just, not that he came out of nowhere to me, but I just never saw him until like a few months ago.
So
It's like,
he started. He was a doorman at Hilarities, and that's where we met.
mhm.
And then he started coming out, and at first, like he'd have like one good set, and then like 5 bad sets, and then like one good set, and like 5 bad sets, and then over the past like 6 to 8 months, he really locked in
Yeah.
and just like took off like a rocket ship.
Yeah.
It's been really cool to see. He was great. Then Mickey went up. Mickey was fantastic.
I was worried, like just
Mickey?
going after those two.
Yeah.
Just like, but it was great. Like some people, crowds with Mickey, I feel uncomfortable because
Yeah.
they feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But last night was like, solid.
Mickey can do some really dark jokes.
Yes.
And he brought his A game last night, and
Mhm.
he like even with his song kind of having a little snafu because he played a Rage song, but whatever version the sound guy played had like a weird intro on it. And he didn't like put it right to when the music started, and he's like, "What the fuck was that?" Sounds like it just sounded like what's happening in the Gaza Strip right now. And great improv. He played it well. It was awesome. He was the kind of the only person that really mentioned Luigi, and it got a huge the way people went crazy. Like he didn't even do a joke yet. He just brought it up, and people went fucking bananas. And that was awesome.
Yeah, there was no weak links on that bill last night.
Then Liz Blanc, she's a fucking murderer.
Well, also she came up and I think she had like Alkaline Trio blasting while she hit the stage, and I don't think she had any idea what the music was.
No, that's the song she picked.
She picked that
She
song?
picked that. Yeah,
because she played it.
Song.
No,
think
she
she
said,
just-
"What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, she like played it where she's like, "Do I look like that's what my music should be?" or something like that,
Yeah.
and then she kind of launched into it from there.
Yeah, that's funny. You're a sneaky one, Liz.
It was good. It was good. Easy.
Wait, I should have said that she's Jewish.
I'll say.
Is she Jewish? I think she's Jewish, right?
Probably.
Liz Blanc?
I have no idea. I don't.
Liz, let us know in the comments.
Stop being sneaky. Or don't. I don't remember.
This guy's all hopped up on Bagel right now.
Yeah. And then Joe Briggs, the sweet baby boy.
So
Joe
good.
just did Joe things,
Yeah.
which is to say he's just very fucking good.
Yeah.
He also will not, he refuses to fucking answer me where he texted me the other night. And he never really texted me. He goes, hey, where's your friend live down in Fort Lauderdale? He's like, and then he would text me like 2 minutes after that. He goes, answer me.
That's a weird thing to ask. And then like that demand that way.
He goes, it's like, there's like 3 or 4 in a row. He goes, hey, answer me. And I was like, what the fuck? And he got on a show. Kyle Kinane put him on some show in Fort Lauderdale. So I go, when's the show? And then he answered with his answer had nothing to do with the actual date. So then I just disregarded it. And then a couple of days later I go, when and where is your show? And then he came into the bar last night. I go, can you just answer my question, please? He goes, I had a real bad migraine, and I was just...
He's bad at texting back.
It's fine.
He's stupid.
It's also like,
He's a sweet baby boy, but a stupid fucking idiot.
Anyways, if you're in the Fort Lauderdale area, go to see Kyle Kinane and Joe Briggs, whenever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
Which is honestly got to be a fucking fantastic show up there.
That's a good combination. Then Mary Santora, she fucking... Like, also, as, like, kind of the dad of comedy in Cleveland, I'm like, hey, I'm really proud of all these people, but also I'm like, oh my god, I don't think I can follow all this. This is fucking heat. This is fucking heat.
Yeah, you set it up high last night.
And Mary went up and just fucking ripped it. Her new shit's so good.
Because I think it's been maybe 6 months at least since I saw her do a mic last. So and it's like, it seems weird to say to somebody that's been doing it 10 times longer than me, but I go, you took like a leap.
Yeah, I mean, she's in New York City, and she's like,
Busting her ass.
She's busting her ass and
Yep.
like getting real fucking good, and she was already fucking good. So having to go up after that was like, oh.
And you gave everybody what, 5 minutes, 7 minutes?
Everybody did 10, Mary did 15.
Okay, yeah, Mary felt
DJ did 5.
okay.
But he did longer.
That didn't feel. That was a long show. That did not feel like a long show.
Yeah, at all.
No, I mean it clocked in just over 90 minutes. So like,
That's
Okay.
yeah.
It wasn't
Anything over 90 is when I start to get antsy.
right
For
that's-
any
It didn't
for
feel like-
anything.
right, and that's why
anything.
like they, the Agora, they're like thinking in the terms of music, and they're like, oh, we'll have everybody do this. I'm like, no, that's too long. It was me fucking wasted and tired and want to leave. So yeah, we kept it around 90 minutes.
Also, everyone
I did
was
30.
pretty. Yeah, everyone was pretty tuned up by the time comedy started, and it's like paying shows just are so much better because people want to come laugh by and large.
Well, also those are the people that were there last night are like the people that are there to support me, especially after what happened with iHeart.
Mhm.
So like they were just an incredible crowd, and so I went out there. I'm really like I did a half hour, and that's all the stuff I've been working on since the special last year. And you guys have seen it in all sorts of different iterations, and like you can see how it's coming together in such a like cohesive and funny and like just I'm really happy with that material. Like it's crazy how it's all just kind of like not only just that it's funny, but the way it flows is one of the things that I take pride in, because there's people that are really funny, but they'll do like a longer set and you'll just be like, what the fuck's going on here? Like none of this makes sense together.
I mean, are you already mapping out what your next hour is?
Yeah, and that's, I mean,
like when you're going to record it.
I still need to build another 30 minutes, so I'm
that's
thinking,
nothing.
Yeah,
another 30 minutes is nothing. Said the guy that can barely do 20.
Yeah, so we'll see, but I'm more focused on just like booking dates on the road and stuff, and I got quite a bit coming up. We're going to Chicago and Pittsburgh and Columbus, Detroit. So I'm gonna, and more is happening. So it's gonna be different because I've built all my material locally in the past, and now I'm gonna be on the road a lot more. And so it's gonna be fun to like go and do those longer sets and see how this all like expands. From the situation.
I know it's like a preference thing. I don't like doing a lot of Cleveland local aimed stuff.
No, I well, that's the thing too. Like when I was like trying to get people to talk about this special, like they're all like, "Do you got any Cleveland jokes?" I'm like, "No, I don't do a lot of Cleveland humor. Like I want to hit a broad audience." And they're like, "Oh, okay," and then they don't. Like no publicity. I'm a little mad. Like I said, that's like Scene and Cleveland Magazine. Like you guys, real fast when I lost my job, but when I get a fucking special that's on all these different platforms, not a fucking word.
They even put me in there last year. Jesus.
Yeah, like it.
I don't even do anything.
And like I sent them screener links. I'm like, do a review, dude. Like you can even hate it, but like say something. This is a big accomplishment, and you guys didn't say fucking shit.
Let's talk about it in the comments. Yeah,
because it's a fucking.
I don't like.
Special.
I also like. I just feel like if I started doing Cleveland material, it would take. I would. After 9 seconds of it, I would just be like shouting and screaming about how much I hate the Cleveland Browns, and it wouldn't even be material.
Right, and that's and like it's it's a lot of.
It's like I wish Luigi Mangione was a Browns fan. God damn it! And it's like this isn't jokes anymore. Dude.
Yeah, and it also just gets like repetitive, and like people are very good at it. Like Mike Polk is incredible at making jokes about Cleveland, and so I let that be his thing. But it's never been my like go-to to just do jokes about Cleveland because. There's other people doing it, and I'm again trying to hit a broader audience.
Right, I was going to say that's
in my delusional mind, the big picture thing too. It's like I want if someone in Florida happens to hear my shit, I want it to be able to connect with them.
So and that's why I make jokes about Jews hurting Santa. Million views on that one. Very cool.
Million views, Cleveland Magazine.
Yeah,
can't even fit a little blurb in there, but okay.
And Scene. I thought you had my back. Usually.
Come on, Scene. We know it's not a freaking corned beef sandwich restaurant, but you know, throw my man a bone.
So then we got to the after party. That was very fun. Tommy was spicy.
I was spicy?
Yeah.
I wasn't spicy.
I feel like you're a little spicy at the after
No.
party.
No, I was just hanging out.
No, you're like, I don't know, like, you just, I don't, you weren't like drunk? I don't know, you were just like, maybe not spicy, maybe more
Sassy.
silly. More
Sassy.
silly. I
Yeah.
don't-
No, I was in a good mood.
Yeah.
The vibes were very good. Very good
Hanging out with
overall.
Molly. So I was in a great mood.
Okay, all right.
I love hanging out with her. She's
Dude,
cool.
she's the fucking
Yeah, so yeah, I was in
Wait.
a happy mood.
Oh, okay. I almost didn't follow you there.
Mhm. Yeah.
No, the
She's the
vibes
best.
were very good.
Yeah, for sure.
Kara always knows that when we come, because we came here on Christmas, and like every time we come, she's like, I gotta take a boob picture, right? I'm like, yeah, take a boob picture, especially because they got a new mirror in the purple bathroom. And she's like, oh, good, that's the bathroom I like to do it in. And so she went in there and took one on at the after party, and then showed it to Mary's sister Lane and our friend Leslie, and they were like, what the fuck? Why do you have such great tits?
They were great
like,
boobs.
they're great
I
boobs.
know.
Yeah. And they had no idea, because, you know, they're like, she doesn't show them off that much. And so when they saw them, they're like, wow, these tits are crazy. And it made her feel so good. And so I appreciate all the girls thirsted over by my girls' tits, because they got her real horny.
And then
It must be nice to get boob pics from inside the bathroom in Old 86.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What's that like?
Yeah. And then, you know, one thing that is so cute. So, like, Travis, again, from Boogered Up, he's a married guy. And he's got like he's a handsome dude too, and like he's got his own style.
Yeah.
Sturdy fella, good looking fella.
Sturdy fella.
And he and like girls come
They
at
love
him.
him.
They
They
him.
love
And
Travis.
watching him just like navigate that is so fun, because you see girls coming at, and like they're just throwing themselves at him, and he's just like I see them like stepping forward and him like stepping back,
Yes, he's
and
like,
like being
"Shh."
very
He's
respectful.
so yes.
And it's so cool, like it's so
It's
funny
very
to watch
cute.
him like literally there was one girl that was trying to talk to him, and like he basically walked backwards onto the stage and around the
You got to tell me who it is after.
Yes.
it's
after
exactly who you
record.
think it is.
Okay.
Oh, wait, is this the second time this person has approached
Yes,
him?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Mhm.
That's funny.
And yeah, so it was very funny to watch him just
wow.
like basically do like a 2-step away from
Yes.
her all night, and like still talking to her, not being like, but she was like, I'm gonna see if something gonna happen here.
Right.
And,
And he's like, no.
And he's like, no, I can't.
But I don't want to be mean.
But I don't want to be.
Do you know how hard it is to be a hot podcaster? I wouldn't know anything about it.
Oh, speaking of, he's offended that he's never been on our show. And I'm
Oh.
like, yeah, good point.
We could
Well,
change
we
that.
did a combo show once.
No.
But
No, we
he's never-
didn't.
No, I did a combo show then.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He went
I was
wrong.
So
like,
yes,
no, we didn't.
we'll get him
Wrong.
on. We'll get him on. We'll get John back. We'll get John.
No, the
your
booger,
Sundays will be free soon, because the Bengals aren't going to make the playoffs, so you can come out and do
those booger boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took a tip pick, the booger boys, and we took a tip pick.
Brandon was in there too, I think. Who
Oh,
else was in it? Were you in it?
No, I was
I think it was
Yeah.
me, Cody Ray,
Yeah.
Brandon, and Travis. Pretty sure.
It was
I wasn't that far gone by when we took it.
yeah, I the first drink that I had was when I got on stage, so like I didn't really get too drunk, but
Yeah, I
I
didn't think.
did like 5
Yeah.
shots when I was here though.
Yeah.
Like so I like did a lot.
Yeah, you're off the clock. It's
But
I just didn't eat a lot yesterday, so I think I did like a shot here, and I drank like half a White Claw, and I was already fucking kind of floating.
Yeah.
So
I had 2 White Claws at the show, and I was like, kind of like dizzy, and I'm like, oh shit! And I think it's only because
because they
only
also have
couple
like the
pizzas.
Magnum sized ones.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
Aurora.
But then I didn't really drink here, and I was
oh,
like
that's an
fine by
energy
the end
drink.
of the
That's
night.
not a. I thought that was a booze drink.
Oh
dude,
no,
I don't like-
no,
I
it's so
don't-
sweet. It's too sweet.
I do not want to have any booze right now, and I think we're out of Fernet. So
Oh.
no, yeah. I mean, we have Fernet. I just don't want to go down to the liquor room to get it.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Too many
Uh,
steps.
What how long have we been on? Does it say?
It doesn't. Does it say anywhere?
I don't know. But we gotta do another episode. So
Also-
yeah.
Real quick before I forget,
31:49.
Okay.
we're dropping this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tuesday night, Old 86, no cover, New Year's Eve party. Tuesday night,
Gonna
free.
be a blast.
Free. If you hate New Year's Eve, like I hate New Year's Eve,
Still
This
come
is
hate
fun.
New Year's Eve with me. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it is a good hang.
Tuesday night,
Yeah, we'll be here.
Is there like a theme or no? Just come hot.
come hot.
Come
Hot
hot.
come.
Hot come. Hot
Come
come
hot
is
come.
just a bunch of hot idiots in this room is what we're after, and
I'm
that's
sure
what we're gonna.
Molly will come hang.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's gonna be so many.
Maybe I'll see some boobs for the first time
For
ever.
the first
For
time
the first time
ever?
ever.
I've heard a lot about them.
When the ball drops, every girl drops their titties.
Oh, okay.
Really?
That's
Yeah, that'd be
let's
cool.
make that.
Yes. I mean, that's what they do. Yeah. Okay.
That'd be a very cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on out with all your favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Old 86. No cover, no package, none of this. Pay $700 and you get to eat
Stay
like
up till
some Ritz
midnight.
crackers with your girlfriend you don't really like.
Yeah.
And no, just come
Some
out.
lunchable charcuterie.
Right.
Nope. Come through. Drink the cheapest cold drinks in town. We're gonna do a complimentary champagne toast at midnight.
And I guess the girls are dumping them out at midnight.
Mm-hmm. Because I said that.
Because Tommy said it. If Tommy says, it happens.
Because I'm nice.
She is nice.
Who took the this is really not for air, but someone took the photos of all of us in the alley last night. I needed to see them because I was behind Mary the whole time and she didn't know it.
Oh, yeah.
And she was
Who
like,
did take
oh,
that?
we'll figure it out. It's
I don't think it was on my phone.
Do I need to cut that out?
No.
Okay. All right.
I just was like,
All
it's not very interesting.
Yeah, okay. Got it. Oh, yeah, because that's been a problem on this podcast.
Yeah. We're locked in otherwise all the time.
Not my phone.
All right.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys for coming to Cleveland, America.
It's not a serious way.
Bye. Happy New Year.
Bye.
Bye.